by Sylvia Holden Park, nothing changes with that.
There will be a small square at the corner, which will be 6 meters by 6 meters. It's a hard surfaced area with benches meant to replicate in a smaller scale the seating area that exists there today.
I know that area very well, Homewood Avenue, and obviously I think in the past the city and the community were at odds on a lot of what was going on at Lansdowne Park, and I very much see the community not as the enemy but as a partner with us. So I'm glad that we've been able to reach a fair settlement that allows us to continue to move forward with the project, but also respects the legitimate concerns that people closest to Lansdowne were going to have to deal with if the project went ahead as is.
As I understand it, it does not mean Sylvia Holden Park stays, but that there is some space, there's some setback, but I would have to study. First time I've seen the details. This has all been, all of those negotiations have been confidential. It's the first time even yesterday when we were briefly waved in camera some pink forms in front of us, I had to hand them back when I left the room. So I have not, even as I speak to you, had a chance to study carefully what's in here. The zoning that was approved by council was a major change to standard practice, and that is why this community felt they had to take it to the OMB. They were saying, whoa, this is really big, what you're allowing to go through. The fact that it's now being brought down somewhat, I would couch it as it's still a fairly high development. It's just not as high as it might have been.
Fair to say the scale of this development now is much smaller?
It's much different. It's certainly much different because it doesn't have that larger residential component as it was originally proposed and recommended to us by our design review panel.
Why make these concessions?
Well, I think for a variety of reasons. It allows us to move. It allows us to move the project forward. It eliminates a significant amount of risk for the city as we move forward. When you're at an administrative tribunal, you're never sure of the outcome. We can be assured now today of the outcome of the planning approval.
I have a long history with trying to protect the people on Homewood Avenue because they're on the front line, obviously, of any changes at Lansdowne. And I think this is a good compromise that meets our objectives of continuing to move the project forward, but at the same time respecting the people in the neighborhood who are going to be right across the street.